Welcome to Allan Berry Reports TV. I'm your host, Allan Berry Labakan from allanberryreports.com. Today we have a new installment of our In the News segment. This is the show where we talk about resource companies with recent developments. But before we get started, we always like to start out with our thank yous. We use youtube.com and ustream.tv to broadcast and produce these shows and have them for you to watch at your leisure on our website. And so we want to thank them. Anybody interested in doing online shows, we highly recommend those websites. In addition, if you're watching this show on our website, you can look to my left and right. You'll notice that there's some banners. Those banner companies are really important in us being able to put this show on and bring it to you, and so we want to thank them. And if you'd like to do some homework on those companies, just click on their banners. That'll take you to their websites where you can do some homework on those companies. And of course, you the viewers, if you didn't show up, we wouldn't have a reason to do the show, so thank you very much for tuning in. On today's show, we have three resource companies to talk about. Two of those companies are involved with uranium, and one of them is involved with gold. So we've got a lot to talk about. We'll get right to it. The first company today is Denison Mines. Denison Mines, on the disclosure, we're not shareholders of the company. The past coverage, we've had them on our YouTube show, on our YouTube channel, that is on November the 4th, 2010. If you look above me, you'll notice the YouTube logo. Click on that. That'll take you to our channel on YouTube, and you can find that November 4th show on there. Their website is denisonmines.com. That's DENISONMINES.com. The news that they had out was on November the 9th, and in that news release, the headline is Denison announces initial resource estimates at the Wheeler River uranium project. They mentioned in there, I'm on their website here, they're talking about an indicated resource of uranium of 35 million pounds, an inferred resource of about 3.8 million pounds. The grade is 17.99% uranium on the indicated category. That's from the Phoenix A zone, and on their Phoenix B zone, the grade is 7.27% uranium. There's a good quote in there from the president and CEO, and he commented, and I quote, "Phoenix is showing that it is an elite class of deposits. There are only two other uranium deposits today in the world with average grades similar to Phoenix A, those being McArthur River and Cigar Lake. Furthermore, we believe that these initial mineral resource estimates are just the beginning of the Phoenix trend. We've only just begun to uncover its potential. The planned winter drill program will focus on two other zones, C and D, which could also offer significant resource potential. This project expands more and more every time we work it. I look forward to updated mineral resource estimates on the property in due course," end quote. So that's the key details from the press release. There's plenty more information in the press release, and you can find it on their website. Some of the reasons that we've been following this project for Denison, this is the key project that we really like from the company, and we're watching it closely. When you're talking in the multi-millions of pounds of uranium with that kind of a grade, that's quite an exceptional project, and it's the kind of project that could be a really cornerstone project for Denison, and the kind that could help them to jump over certain milestones. So we're really watching that. We think that it's the kind of thing that could move Denison forward quite dramatically. They've got plenty of other assets, including uranium mills and other projects, but this is the key one that we're most interested in following because it's got such good potential. And so that's the key information from the news release and why we follow the company. Again, we always recommend people do their own homework, and a great place to start that is on the company's website. So we'll move on now to our second company today. Our second company is also involved with uranium. The company is Fission Energy Corp. On the disclosure, we are shareholders of the company. Our past coverage includes they're a featured company in the Allan Berry Reports email newsletter. We started coverage of them on April the 6th, 2008. That was our 17th edition. If you're watching this show on our website, if you just look above me, you'll see a report section. And in the report section, we have all of our past email newsletters. And so you can find that 17th edition in there and either print it off for a Word file or read it online. We've also had them on our past YouTube shows on our YouTube channel. You can find the September the 30th 2010 show. That's the one we talked about Fission. Their website is fissionenergy.com. That's FISSION-ENERGY.com. The news that they had out was on November the 16th. And the headline from that news is J-Zone high-grade mineralization extended 15 meters of east step-out hole intersects 6 meters of 4.45% uranium, including 3 meters of 8.54% uranium. They have a table with those highlighted drill holes in there. As they mentioned, they have a couple of really good drill results in there, and we started. That's some of the key information. You can find plenty of information in the press release about the recent drilling results. Some of the reasons that we initially started following the company is they're in a really well located area of Saskatchewan. In the region, there's major deposits that are owned by major mining companies. There's an exploration company that we also have talked a lot about in the past, which is called Hathor. Hathor has the ground that's right beside Fission, or Fission has the ground that's right beside Hathor. I guess it's based on your perspective. But they have a big chunk of property in there. And also in the region, there's underutilized milling facilities. And so, they definitely need feed to bring those up to maximum production. And so this could be another important project in the region. They are right beside Hathor, and that's one of the key reasons. They have a really large land package in that area. That was one of the reasons that we first started following the company. In addition, there's quite a large geophysical anomaly that goes through the a deposit that's owned by a major mining company. And then it also goes into Hathor's ground, and then it covers a lot of Fission's ground, covers that anomaly as well. And so then what really got us excited about this project is that the really good results that were coming from Hathor in the area. And then because it was the discoveries that they were making were so close to Fission's and their claim boundary. And so we started following Fission in our reports, started watching their drill results. They were, and recently, these recent results are quite exciting with their high-grade intersections are quite promising. And so now they're kind of ramping things up. Not only do they have a large land package in a highly prospective area where there's success with drilling in close proximity to them, now they're also getting some very high-grade intersections as well. And so we're watching Fission closely for future drilling. They also mentioned in that release that due to the success with their summer work program, they're planning on an $8 million exploration this winter. So they're going to be have a good flow of news in the coming months as they do this work and then report on it. So stay tuned for that. Again, you want to do some homework on the company, go check out their website that we mentioned earlier. And so the final company we're going to talk about today is Rainy River Resources. On the disclosure, we're not shareholders of the company. Our past coverage on we've had them on our YouTube channel a couple times on September 22nd and November 4th, 2010. Again, just look above me there. You'll find the YouTube logo. Click on that, and that'll take you to our YouTube channel where you can find those two shows. Their website is RainyRiverResources.com. That's RainyRiverResources.com. They had a couple of news releases out recently since the last time we talked about them. On November the 16th, they had a news release out, and in that one, the headline is Rainy River announces significant infill drilling results. Then they had a batch of new drill hole intersections with some very promising thick intersections of really good grade. The quote from Raymond Threlkeld, who's the president and CEO, he stated, and I quote, "These recent infill results have delivered some very high-grade intersections in the ODM, 17 and 433 zones, all at relatively shallow depths. Work has begun to prepare the updated NI 43-101 resource estimate using the latest information from the infill program and structural interpretation work completed by our consultants. Year to date, the company has drilled over 96,000 meters at the Rainy River Gold Project, which is a major accomplishment and a credit to the exploration team we've assembled." End quote. So there's plenty of details in the press release on their website with the recent drilling. And then November 30th, they had another news release out, and this headline from this one is Rainy River announces successful down dip drilling study. And then they talk about some of the really good intersections that they had of some higher grade material. You can find all the table with all the various different drill hole intersections. And again, there's a good quote from Raymond Threlkeld, President and CEO, who stated, and I quote, "This phase of the infill program was very successful in showing improved grade continuity within the ODM zone and discovered high-grade gold in areas that we have never directly tested. Our knowledge of the deposit controls has increased dramatically over the last year. Approximately 71,000 meters of drilling conducted in 2010 will be reflected in the new NI 43-101 resource update, which will be filed in the first quarter of 2011, end quote. And so that's some really good information in their press release. Some of the reasons that we follow the company and have been is because of they've got a large resource there already, and now they're also hitting some very high grade results as well. The project's in Ontario. It's in a really easily accessible area. All of these things combined, it looks very promising that this could become a future mine. And they're a gold-focused company. So do your homework. Check out their website. That's a great place to start their homework, and check out our past shows where we talked about the company. So that's a wrap on our In the News segment. Before closing, we'd like to stress that this show and our reports are for information purposes only. We aren't making buying or selling recommendations. It's important for you to do your own homework and speak with your financial advisors before making any investment decisions. We're always trying to grow our audience. Any help you can give us in that regard will be greatly appreciated. We also really appreciate you taking the time to watch the shows. We know that everybody is busy these days, and we strive to produce a show that brings you helpful, high-quality information and saves you time. Our next show will be tomorrow. We're going to do another In the News segment talking about resource companies with recent developments. We hope you can join us for that show and check out our past shows. You can find all of our work on our website at allanberryreports.com, and we'll see you soon. Have a great day.